Hello, hello. I'm a little bit early, but welcome to my Wednesday live stream. I'm just going to sit here and punch some corners while I wait and see if people show up. And if people are busy doing other things, then I'll just keep punching corners. But I need a group opinion on something, so hopefully we'll have some people show. I have been actually destroying the studio by pulling everything off the shelves and trying to see stuff that I don't really use anymore, and it's had prime real estate. So I am trying to figure out ways that I can use things up and put things in the flow journals that I'm working on. And I found a whole bunch of my mixed media practice pages on nice heavy watercolor paper. So I've been chopping them up into tags. And when I get some people here and chatting, then I will ask my questions that I have about something else that I was going to work on today. And I said, if that doesn't work, then I'll just keep doing this or go back to, I've been gluing book pages on the back of, well, first what I did is I found a huge stash of greeting cards. And a lot of the ones I had saved had pictures on the front that would be good for journaling cards. So I cut them apart. And the ones that were blank on the other side, it's like, okay, those are great. Those can be used as they are. And then some of the other ones had writing, so I had to cover those with blank paper. And then the writing, the ones that had the sentiment in it, the back side was usually blank, so I covered that with book text so that I could use a blank side. So I have like 200 of those. It was ridiculous. Every time I opened another cabinet, I found another stash of stuff. So these are two things I'm thinking about today, mostly this one, but I'm going to wait for people to get here. I'm a couple minutes early, and people are busy. Our schedules have changed so much with being home all the time now. I was so happy to find all of these. These are making just some awesome tags. Let's see. And some of these, I was experimenting with some different mica powders, and so they've got a really neat metallic feel to them. But it is Wednesday, and it is windy but warm out here in California. Excuse me. And the pollen is going everywhere, and I definitely feel that. Get some liquids in. We've been looking at generators because we know this fire season is going to be a lot more power outages. They'll be planned, but still last year we had like 4 days, several times where we went like 4 or 5 days without power. And we don't want to, of course, lose the food in the fridge, so we need to get a generator. And we were all excited thinking we were going to be able to get a solar generator because we have the sun for it, but turns out that our French door refrigerator uses way more electricity than we would be able to produce. So since we know that we're going to do a whole house solar eventually, but we have to wait until we do a new roof, now we're looking at a natural gas generator that we can have attached to the house. So hubby is doing all the research on that. Is anybody here that wants to chat? I see a couple of lurkers. I have these little dangly things I'm thinking about. I have a ton of cardstock that is pre-cut to 1.5 inches, and I have one of those tag makers. It's got the 3 different size tops, so I've been making a bunch of small tags, and I was thinking I would gather a bunch of things and put them on a bulb pin, and I could add those to the flow journals. And I also had, and this is some strange material, my cinnamon tea comes in it. It's not a paper, I guess it's a nylon, but it's got a great tea stain on it. So I was just thinking about some ways to use up some of these other scraps of scrapbook paper that I don't use. I don't know. Anybody wants to chime in and let me know. I'm not going to do the big messy stuff if nobody's here. I'll hang out like maybe a half an hour. If people don't show up, then I'll move along and go back to doing something else. I actually had the AC on for a little bit yesterday. I don't know whether, I wish the breeze that was out there was a cool one. So right now it looks like, oh dear, just dumped coffee in my computer. That's not good, and I can't find my paper towels. There's paper towels. Shouldn't have had it over there. Let's hope I didn't kill my computer. That's not good. Things to not do when you're live. All right, I know what's going to happen when I'm punching all these little keys. Dang, years ago I killed a computer by dumping a soda pop in it. And I sure don't need to replace this computer right now. Let me get something to go down in between my keys. I would say talk amongst yourselves, but it looks like I'm here by myself, so it is what it is. Note to self, probably don't bring the coffee over to the computer. I got a needle here and I'm kind of poking it down in between the keys. This might cut the live stream very short. Let's see. Can't tell where else it went. Maybe that means that not that much went down. Hey, Lori. Hi, how are you? Pause me for a minute here while or excuse me, I should say, not pause me, while I try and soak up my coffee. Oh man, and then I hope this doesn't, if I get it all and that I don't have ants coming in. I've been dealing with a horrible ant issue coming in for water as they do when the weather gets nice. Well, I guess hitting the keys while I'm on a stream is not doing anything weird, so that's good. So hopefully my computer is not damaged. More of it went through. That's good. Went through the hinge. Just got a few of my top keys. And I don't remember if it's still, I think we got an extended warranty because I'm such a klutz. Oh, man. All right, this is still soaking stuff up here. So frustrating. Well, this will make for a lovely recording, right? While Susan stresses out over the coffee that went into her computer. And of course, it was coffee with milk and sugar. It couldn't be just regular coffee. No. It's too hot to drink before we got started. Okay, I guess we're just going to hope that, I don't know what else to do. I know there's a protective coating under the keys. All right, so we're going to go moving right along. Wow, that's excitement I don't want at any time, but especially when I'm trying to do something to record. Okay, this is not affecting the camera, so I can get the desk. And I didn't knock the camera, which is amazing, because who knows where that would have gone. All right, I'm going to drink another sip of coffee. So how are you doing today, Lori? Are you working on anything special or just putzing along? I just, adrenaline rush, not one that I need. Oh, these painted pages are hard to punch. Hello, lurkers. I can see that you're out there. Hoping to see some more folks chime in so I can get some opinions. Oh, you're making masks. Good for you. It's not as easy as it looks, is it? It's ridiculous, the amount of these that I still have to punch. Wow. So Lori, have you ever sewn on PVC material? I got a bunch of, I've been cleaning out the garage and I found a bunch of sample books, and one of them has a lot of this PVC material, but they're not very big. I mean, I could make a small journal cover out of them, but I'm wondering if I could sew on them okay on the machine. I could do a patchwork and it would be a really sturdy thing. Oh my goodness, you've promised 40 masks? Wow. Yeah, I started on the project just for me and my husband and decided that instead I would support one of our little local businesses that was making them because I found it just too much for me. I just couldn't do it. I was starting to have flashbacks to being in home economics and getting yelled at by the teacher. So we opted to support a local business that was making them. Hey, Carla, how are you? I was thinking of you yesterday. I was cleaning out all my magazine images once I realized I'm glue books and art journaling, and they had prime real estate in the studio. And I found all kinds of mixed media things, and I have an excess of supplies, so I really need to get the flow journals done so I can have room. You've never tried? Yeah, it's... Carla, I know you're an old-time quilter. Have you ever sewn on PVC material? Because I have a stash of this, and I was wondering if my machine would go through it okay. I could make a patchwork with it. They'd make some good, sturdy notebook covers if I patch them together. Isn't it amazing what we find? Of course, the stuff we used maybe 2 years ago just isn't the stuff that interests us anymore. Maybe I'm just going to do this today. Maybe I'm just going to, I was going to glue, and then I thought, well, I've done a lot of gluing, but this has to get done, so I will get all my corners rounded. Yeah, I mean, I'll try it. I guess if I have a leather needle in it, it should be okay. It's not as thick as some of the other crazy stuff I stick through my machine. It's got a lot of nice earthy colors, so I could do a really neat patchwork. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask my friend that's got a daycare if she could use it. It's funny. She's been saving certain things I've been looking for, and then as I find art supplies that I can't use, I pass them on to her. So how is the supply chain for you, Carla? Are you able to find the stuff you need as far as food and cleaning and stuff goes? We've been really lucky here. Wow. Let's try the other punch. I don't know if one punch makes a difference. This stuff is just so heavy. Okay, no, that punch it doesn't like at all. I can't believe at one time I was saving so much packaging thinking I needed it to make tags, and you know, I could make 1,000 journals myself and not use up all the stuff I have. So it's going to be easy to make kits because there's such an excess, and I've been filling the recycling bin like crazy. Hey Lala, how are you? Yeah, fruit and veggies, and then you got to go back out again. That's frustrating. I agree. Our farmers market is supposed to open back up again in June, but I'm not so sure how I feel about that. I wanted to get at least a garden in for the herbs, but we still have so much trouble with bunnies that I just don't even want to waste the time right now until we can at least fence off part of the yard from the bunnies. Because Zoe just says hi as they go by. She doesn't care about chasing them. You just getting started with masks or with journals, Lori, or both? I just, you would think I grew up in the Depression, the way I hang on to every little thing. And anything that I could make color with, to color pages, I'm just getting color on paper, because then when I'm in journal making mode, I need so much paper. So I like having all that colored ahead of time. And now that the nice weather's here finally, I need to clean off the outside studio so that I can work out there, and things will dry so much faster. Just getting started with journals. Okay. Well, it is addicting. And there are no rules. Remember that. What I find with my excess of supplies is just because when I first started working with art, I was doing collage on canvases. So I had a lot of stuff for that, and I still have a lot of canvases in the garage I have to decide what I'm going to do with. Then I started doing art journaling, and I have a whole lot of blank journals, but that's fine because that's really good paper that I can take apart and put into journals. Then I started adding glue booking to it, and it's ridiculous the amount of things I save for that. Oh, and altered books. So last weekend I worked in the garage, and I got so much done organizing a lot of the stuff that was out there. Found a bunch of hardback books that I had saved to gut. So now they're all in one place and I can actually find them. Found a bunch of books that had already been gutted. Got those covered with fabric at least. This is a workout punching on this heavy stuff, but I swear these things feel like metal. It's so cool. So how you doing today, Lala? You good? Good, good. I'm feeling productive, even though I'm making huge messes. The fact that I'm able to look at something and say, yeah, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use it here, and I'm going to, organize it like that, or I'm not going to use it anymore. I can either give it away to somebody or I can toss it in recycling. Feels good. And I only feel a little bit bad about the time that I spent maybe cutting stuff out of magazines that I'm not going to use or stuff like that, but trying not to feel bad. Oh yeah, the treasures, I'm hoarding this for that special project that I'm going to work on. When I was writing, we had a saying about don't save your good stuff, because so many of us would write like this perfect sentence, and then we would say, oh no, it's too good for this book, and we'd put it aside and save it in a file for something else. And then you realize you never used all your good stuff. So, and it's the same thing with your china and your good china and your good glasses and things. Use it now. This cardstock, I have 2 shoe boxes full of this cardstock that's all like 1 inch wide and 10 to 12 inches long. It's ridiculous. I don't need it all, so I'm just cutting it into tags. I'll stick it in the flow books. You're a curator of all things cool. Yeah, I've told my husband, and he agrees that in a previous lifetime, I had to have been a merchant. That had to have been what I was. Because I'm a good sourcer and I'm a good collector. And some stuff, even though I don't know if I'm going to use it now, is hard. Like in the garage, I found, you remember the photo cubes? They were all clear acrylic, and you could slide a photo in them. And I thought, I was going to do mixed media collage on all the sides, and then it would be like an art piece. And I saw one at the Goodwill years ago. I'm talking like 10 years ago. And I grabbed it with that idea. And so then every time I went to Goodwill and I saw them, I kept buying them. I found a box of like 20 of them. What the heck? You're doing one of what today, Carla? I'm sorry, I missed something. Or maybe I forgot what I said because I'm a rambling thing. Freaked out after dumping my coffee on my computer. It's still running, so I guess if it stopped right away, maybe that would be the problem. I don't know. Maybe because it's hot, it'll dry. I didn't hit all the keys. Oh, you're doing the photo cube box? Oh, I will watch for a video where you show because, wow, I would love to get some ideas on what to do. I was going to do mine with thinking about writers and, do writing quotes, but I'm thinking now it'll probably be, maybe I'll cover them with my eco prints. And I've got so much scanning to do. I've probably got a stack 2.5 feet high to scan. I hate scanning so much. It's so time consuming. But I got to get that stuff scanned and in the shop. I just don't work fast anymore. I mean, I never was a fast worker, but when I was younger, I was a lot faster. Well, I hope you're going to do a video, Carla, showing yours because I would like to get inspired. The thing about being a curator of cool stuff is you got to have a system to find the cool stuff when you want it. Yeah, the last time I had to do a bunch of scanning, I had my husband bring the scanner out into the living room where we watch TV so I could scan. But the way the scanner was sitting and the way I had to sit to use it, I had to stand the whole time, so it was exhausting. So I think I'm going to do that again, but I'm going to, once I get all the stuff off the floor in the living room. But I need to figure out how to do it so I can sit down. Then I can scan while we're watching TV at least. A World Collage Day. I didn't know there was such a thing. Okay, coffee is done, so I shouldn't be spilling it again. So here's what I was thinking about doing, trying to use stuff up. I made some little cardstock tags, and I was going to stamp them and then add some little bits of materials because I've got a lot of that was already packaged together, and add some things to it, to a bulb pin, and put something like that in the flow journals. What do you think? May 9th is World Collage Day. Okay, I'll have to check it out. So let me know what you think. Is that a good idea for a dangle to put in there because I could use up a lot of stuff? Thanks, Lala. It's ridiculous. I have a huge bin of tea bag things and then these weird little pieces of material that my cinnamon tea comes in. It's also playing with something like this because I have a bunch of flowers that were cut out and strips. I could put them on a brad and just stick those in there. I mean, they're just going to be junk journal kits for people to do their own thing with. Auction for the hardest. So what is happening with Collage Day? Is there like a site you can post your stuff so we can go and see everybody's collage work? Or this one's got texture paste on it. Can't get to the corner. I should have paid attention. Let's see. I don't know if that one's going to cut. Maybe we'll just use the scissors. Good enough. Oh, so for Collage Day, you're going to stream for Collage Day. Yeah, weekends are still hard. That must be Saturday, right? Because May 10th is Mother's Day. And that's a Sunday, which means I need to figure out something. Okay, that one doesn't want to go through. All right. Maybe my arm needs a rest, so we'll put these guys aside. That'll give me some, I've got a lot, that's a lot of them done, and there's more that I can do while watching. I have so many TV activities lately, it's ridiculous. All right, let's think about these guys. Let's do some stamping. Look at here, we have more junk. Oh, so many tags. So many pieces of cardstock. I need more things that I can do with skinny cardstock. I've done a bunch of little accordion books. Activities for people all over the world. Oh. Hi, Tammy. Welcome. Happy to see you here today. Hope you are having a good Wednesday. I am just kind of rambling, doo-dahing all over the place. But let's see. Some butterflies. Let's get some guys stamped. It's all a process, right? Happy face people. You know, this thing, they're so straight. I could do some snippets, I guess. I think I might be just over them. I think I just sort of need to, I'll use up what I can with making some of these guys and making tags, and then maybe I'll give them to the preschool. What other colors? I did not bring any scratch stuff. I need to unload a bunch of stamps too. What have you been working on, Carla? Just all the cleaning out stuff and seeing what you have and unloading it? God, that feels so good. I found a plastic tub that was completely filled with the heavy stock postcards and things that I used to use to cover, to do journal stuff with. But a friend gave me a huge stash of heavy cardstock. I was like, I don't need this anymore. And I just tossed it all in the recycling, and it felt so good. I love this color. Treasure boxes. So now are the treasure boxes ones that you're just organizing for you, or are you selling off some of your treasures? This is the only clean part of any of my desks, is this little spot right here. The studio island is completely covered with stuff. The painting desk is covered with stuff. The little desk by where I sit and work is covered with stuff. When we watch TV, by the couch. Oh, I guess the kitchen table only has half of it covered with things. It's nuts. Okay, so then maybe this other idea is something I won't even maybe do it I won't do the effort of the brads. Maybe I'll just put the little scraps with the cardstocks. I made a bunch of little envelopes. I could shove them in there. Oh, Carla, I'm sorry that you're fighting some sadness. There's a lot of sadness going on in the world right now. I hope that you are finding things to make you feel a wee bit empowered. We all have battles. We forget that everyone's kind of an iceberg. If I can get 2 on there. Ooh, I like that with 2. I do not have to redo any of them. I can just keep going forward. Hey, Mary Lou, Auntie Loopy. How is your Wednesday going? I'm in denial about the things that don't make me happy. I mean, we all have struggles. I've got stuff going on that, I don't talk about just because nobody else really needs to hear it. And so I'm just kind of burying myself in this kind of work and finding my joy there. I can't even remember the last time I used a rubber stamp. Oh, with a counselor via the phone, that's good. Or phone or the web. Our doctors are doing a lot of things that way lately. Let's see. I really need something else to stamp off the other stuff. Well, let's do the blues. Got ADD brain today. But this is good to do something different because I've done so much cutting out of all these things that I'd stuck to book text that my arm was going to fall off. It was ridiculous. I was so sore. Art helps. It absolutely helps. There's so many things going on that affect me, but that I can't control. And you just kind of have to let it go if you can. Boy, considering how many years these ink pads have just been sitting there locked up, that's pretty impressive. All right, what colors do we want? What are the colors that I bring? Ooh, let's try this one. Because I don't have baby wipes to wipe this thing off. Oh, that's good, Carla. Yeah, series, knowing you've got that commitment that you're gonna, show up and do something on a regular basis, I think that kind of helps a lot of us. I'm kind of changing my focus on YouTube, and for right now, I'm just concentrating on the lives because they help me, and then I'm just working on making my books, a lot of it offline, because I don't want to stress out I just don't want to stress. And I'll do more videos over time, but right now I know I need an immense amount of quiet and not stress. I mean, we don't normally go anywhere very often, so being home is fine. Just trying to get it done now. Oh, ready to move on. Yeah. I felt like that when I was doing a bunch of videos of the make-aheads, really fast and easy things. And I was like, I felt like I was in a race with myself to get things done. I thought, well, why am I being so hard on myself to get this stuff done? That, there's so many other people doing the same sort of thing. Maybe I should be doing the stuff that really gets my heart excited. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do now, is focus on the things that get me super excited. Okay, let's put the butterflies aside. And those should probably go with the vintagey things. All right, maybe we'll bring the butterflies back. Let's do the butterflies on these. Yeah, no drama, mamas, that's for sure. So I have been trying to eliminate the drama from my life. And some drama you can eliminate. Some things, like the quarantine stuff, we can't. But for me, the quarantine is not super dramatic. It's other stuff that gets me. All right, we'll do this one. I suppose what I can do is cut some of these that have notes. So I'll put one on the thing that's got a stamp, and then I can do some that have no stamps so people can decide what they want to do. Oh, you're painting rocks. Awesome. I always love that idea. I never managed to actually do it, but that's what I discovered with all the mixed media pieces that I've been uncovering. It's like I like actually painting, but I don't like actually doing anything with the stuff when it's done. So breaking it all into tags has been good. I wonder if... I don't know what the orange is going to look like. Oh, the orange looks good on there. I'm so in love with my paper cutter. I had finally broke down and bought the bypass one that they say never needs sharpening, and I wished I'd gotten it ages ago. So then why do I still have 3 of the other sliding ones left? I have no idea. I should leave one by this desk though, because sometimes I want to do just a quick cut. And the others I should just put in. I have a big box for Goodwill. Just haven't started to fill it yet. I need to make some larger bags or envelopes for the bigger ephemera going in these journals. I made the little ones last week, the little faux glassine bags with tracing paper. All right, let's change colors. I get bored. Oh, so you do the abandoned art stuff, Lala? That's cool. So they don't all need to. I need to pay attention and remember that I'm filming. I get concentrating on what I'm doing, and it's like, oh, forget to talk. But what's always good about doing small things like this while I'm chatting is that, I look back and realize how much I got accomplished. And anytime I'm cleaning off a shelf or emptying a container, it just feels so good. I asked a friend who's an art teacher if she wanted all my magazine images, and she said yes. And I'm so jazzed because now that I have a place for them to go, it's much easier for me to get rid of them. And so I'm just emptying shelves right and left. All right, let's see. Is this one still going to be good? Ooh, that poor pad is kind of dead. Is there any ink on it? Let's see. I don't know if there's room. Do I do one thing or do I add another? I think I just leave one, right? Doesn't need multiple stamps. Just a little something, something, something. Crochet palm mats. What are palm mats? I used to think I liked to crochet, but I wasn't very good at it. It stressed me out, so not something I do, but I do love fibers. Oh, I love fibers. And I don't know if anybody saw the picture I posted not too long ago on Facebook. And I don't know if I put it. I don't think I put it on Instagram. I keep forgetting about Instagram because I stink at it. But a friend was cleaning out vintage linens and hankies and doilies, and she said she couldn't sell them because they were damaged and stained. And I said, well, I'll take all the ones that you think you can't sell and just make me a deal. And she just charged me for the postage, and she sent me a sewing machine box full of stuff. It was amazing. And she said, oh, and I found some lace too, and she threw it in. I still have to do that video. So it was like going thrift shopping without having to go to the stores. Flarn. Oh yeah, the Edith Holden books are good. I have several of them. I have not fussy cut them because I have so many magazine images or book images. I have a lot of books, vintage books to use, and I actually use the whole pages when I'm making the journals. Oh, that's awesome, Carla, though. Those beautiful collections. My last house, I had a place for some of my collections. Here, basically, it's just my my big blue bottles that are up. I'm finding that's one thing that the quarantine stuff has done for me is made me think I don't need to have all this stuff. If they're not exciting me anymore, it's time to, let them go. I've got hundreds of old figurines that were either readers or writers. So I used to have them in my writing office, and I need to take the pictures and get them up on Etsy and try and sell them because I don't need them anymore. And I don't want to leave a big mess if something happens to me. I don't want my husband to have to deal with it. And I don't have any family that's going to want any of the stuff that I've got piling up around here. So might as well get rid of it. And we have a small house and a one-car garage. So time to get rid of stuff and have the space for the things that we do use. So you can see them and know where stuff is. Yeah, I have the stuff I use all the time out in plain sight, but treasures, I guess I don't have a lot of treasures that I want to look at anymore. I mean, I used to. I had a lot of my miniatures, and I don't know, I guess maybe I'm just getting old and I just don't need that kind of stuff anymore. Just not, it has nothing to do with getting old. It's just a personality change in me. Well, that's cool that you're reusing the plastic bags like that, Lala. I have, in the last week, I have emptied an entire 8-ounce jar of art glitter glue. I cannot believe the glue I've been going through, gluing down book pages and blank pages to tags and journal cards. And I saw somebody talking in one of my Facebook groups about another kind of glue called Barely glue. Has anybody ever used that? And they were comparing it to art glitter glue and saying it was just as good, but it was cheaper. What I love about the art glitter glue is no warping. Yeah, that's kind of what as I'm going through my stuff, Lala, I'm looking, who can use this? And it is helpful that I have a friend that does a daycare, and she can use a lot of that stuff. All right, we have a lot of stamped tags. We've got the fabrics. Let me cut up some of, see, this is ridiculous. This is a huge nut container from Costco, and it's got all, because I couldn't bear to toss these, and I thought, well, they're little bags. I could do something with them, and no, it's not a material that is my favorite to work with too, so that makes it easier for me to say, okay, let's prep these and move them on out. Lolly like the Barely glue. Yeah, I might need to order a small bottle and test it, because trying to get to where I'm just using a couple of my favorites. I've got my glue sticks, because there are times when a glue stick is really useful. I don't use Mod Podge. I think I've got just a little bit of it left to use for doing just master pages or serendipity papers or whatever you want to call them. And I've got some, still have a lot of the Aliens Tacky Glue, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to water it down and use it for background stuff, because I cannot squeeze the bottles anymore. And I don't know what's up with my art glitter glue. I took the metal tip off, washed it in hot water till it was sparkling clean, just like it was when I got it, and I put it back on the thing, and it still hardly comes out at all. And I'm not sure what's going on. An imaginary box for Spellman. Oh, cute. Oh, she did a test on it recently. Oh, I'll have to go. She's got a video of it then? Have to go check it out. All right. I don't need to prep all of this, just some of it. Oh, I was hoping I could get away without turning my lights on in here, because it's already making it so hot. I don't deal with the heat well. I like it to be cold. Cold enough to have the fire on, because then I can go stand by the fire and get warm, but not so cold that it's freezing everywhere in the house. Picky, 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 I know. I did not think, I don't know why I didn't think, because everything always takes longer than I expect, but I was thinking I would have my studio reorganization done like in a week, and then I could take out all my material, because I want to get rid of all the material that is not a natural fabric. And I can't even see the top of the studio island yet, so I've probably got another week before I can start looking at the fabric. Okay, thanks for that, Lala. I will look for the video, because I'm just curious. It's nice if something, I mean, it was great when we found the art glitter glue, but it's even greater if we can find something that does the same trick and is less expensive. I remember somebody said that the shelf stability, I think, was a little better as well, which is also nice, although I don't plan on having a huge inventory. Next thing I have to do is tons of jelly printing, because I have so much acrylic paint to use up. There's just, I don't know what I thought, like, you know, were they going to stop making it or something? Because I have one of those IKEA carts, and I have 2 of the shelves completely filled with acrylic paint, and I have more in the garage. So I'm going to be a jelly printing fool for a while. Okay, so we have that. Let's get these guys out of the way. And we have these. All right, what did I do? I took one of these, took one of these. And do this. We can do, oh, where's my other little, these crazy guys. My space here is ridiculous. Do this. We can do one of these guys. Let's see. And I'm not going to pay any attention to what colors of beads, but I thought I could, I have, of course, the first one I grabbed doesn't want to go on. I have such a ridiculous amount of seed beads. And I use them, but I won't ever use them all up. All right, so if we do this, I like that. And we can add something that's got words and just for something different to play with. Thanks for joining in, Lori. Good luck on your mask making and welcome to the Journal Adventures. Have a great day. I don't know, Lala, did you have a question for Carla? I'm just rambling. I'm not saying much of anything. I guess I could have prepped some of these and then I could just slide them on. And eventually I'm going to have to quit talking about these flow journals and just get them made up. But oh, the glue video, yeah. That's what we're talking about. I'm actually down to a reasonable amount of glue sticks in my glue drawer. All right, let's do this and this. Okay, I like it. Let's just using up stuff that I want to get off the desk. Cool. Let's see. I need a flat something maybe for the beads, but maybe I won't worry about that right now. I think she was talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she was talking about when I asked if anybody had used the Barely glue, Lala said that Lolly did a video comparing the Barely glue to art glitter glue because people were telling me it was a lot less expensive, so I was curious if it was worth checking out. Purple flower? It is a purple flower. Let's put the purple with the purple. Anybody have any tips on working with seed beads? And grab one with words, one without. Oh, lagging? Oh, huh. We've got pretty good internet, so it shouldn't really be a problem here, but I know YouTube is they've slowed everybody down just because so many people are dealing with it now. Everybody's online. Internet's going crazy. Well, you didn't miss anything too terribly exciting, Mary Ann, but I'm just glad to, or Mary Lou, sorry, just glad to have company while I'm doing some of this stuff. And actually, this is another good project. There's a lot of tags here. It's going to take me a while to work through them, obviously. So it's another TV project. And since we watch TV for a few hours every night, I don't mind having more TV projects. All right, maybe we will prep a few of these guys. I want any that have words and some of the other ones. Yeah, I think just everybody and their brother is on YouTube lately trying to either learn something or distract themselves from the world around them. And, and that's why we gather, right? We gather for the distraction. Feels good to gather with friends. How many of you guys are Zooming with friends? I've only done it a couple times, once with my book group and once with my creative group. And then we did Google Hangouts dinner with friends a couple times. But other than that, it's just been us. Haven't even did one long phone chat with a friend. Kind of jealous of hearing all these people that are chatting with friends all the time. It's like, I want some of that, but we have a pretty small world here. When I was doing all my gluing, I love the feature on YouTube now where we can we can pick a whole bunch of videos and put them in our queue, and then watch them one right after the other, because I would keep stopping to go look at videos and what I wanted to see next, and so I'd watch a short one and then a long one, and I would fall down the rabbit hole. So yesterday I thought, okay, I'm just going to pick a bunch of videos that I want to watch, put them all in my queue, and then I'm just going to keep working until my queue is empty. And that turned out to be a really good deal. It's probably an easier way to do this, but this is just the way my brain is working on them. Loopier than usual. I think we're all, though, a little loopier than usual, right? Let's see. I forgot to bring water over, which is probably a good thing since I already dumped the coffee into the computer. I don't need to dump the water into it too, but I don't know how long my voice is going to last. Come on, some more that have the words. Yeah, I wish my grandson would video chat with me, but he's almost 16, so he's more interested in chatting with his friends, I think. Carla, it's right next to when you have the option to choose watch later. When you right click on something and you choose to add later, you can choose add to queue. It's just, I think it's only been maybe the last month or two. It's awesome. It makes it so much better. There were a bunch of people's videos that I wanted to watch, but if I keep going back to the main YouTube page, I get so distracted, and then I look up and I've lost an hour just adding a gazillion things to watch later. This way, it's like, okay, if I'm trying to see what other people have done with a particular product, I can add all those to the queue and just watch those. It's very nice. Yeah, I didn't have Zoom either until my book group said they wanted to do it, and it turned out to be, pretty easy thing. And then Google Hangouts was easy. I've done Facebook video chats with people in the past. That one's nice too. And any of the video chats have turned out to be, I don't know, they just feel much nicer than I thought they would. I didn't realize I would enjoy them quite as much as I did. You don't have it. Let's see. Let me see if I can go to one and try it out. We'll see. When I click on the three dots, Carla, I click on the three dots next to a video. It says add to queue. Sorry, I think I said right click. I was walking somebody through how to unzip files the other day. She was kind of new to digitals and trying to walk through that, so I was doing a lot of right click explaining. So if you click on those three dots at the very top, the first option is add to queue. At least that's what it should be. I make a playlist sometimes too, but this was just really easy. I could just zoom through the first page and it's like, okay, these people all have new videos I want to check out. And I didn't expect to find it as useful as I am now. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. That's unreal. I don't know why you don't have it. Are you looking at it on your phone, Carla? Because this is on my PC. I don't know if the phone has the same options. I'm finding different things that the phone doesn't have. It's become very handy. I'm liking it a lot. Yellow, yellow, and a little white. Oh, these are nicely stuffed. I like these. That's bizarre. I'll take a screenshot of it later and send it to you and show you how it looks on mine. Maybe it is one of those things that they're just rolling out a little at a time. Oh, I didn't put any beads on that one. Oh, that's nice that they sang happy birthday like that. Yeah, we've been eating a lot of desserts too. My husband is a great cook, so I'm lucky in that he's cooking all these good things for us to eat. And we used to eat a lot of takeout, and I'm really liking being able to eat here at home more. Okay, seed beads in my fingers are not the easiest, but there. Yeah. All right, let's do green. No, not. Are you on? That's something different. The 3 dots report. So when you go to the YouTube homepage, Carla, or anybody, you go to the YouTube homepage and you see all the videos you could choose to watch. Underneath each videos, there's 3 dots. And when I click on those 3 dots, I get add to queue, save to watch later, save to playlist, not interested, don't recommend, or report. Those are the options I get. Let me see something green. Open transcript, add translations. That sounds more like a studio option. We have green, we have white. Yeah, I didn't used to either, but I saw that option and it was like, okay, this is a good reason to go to that home page. Because then I can just go there one time, add everything to the queue that I want for the day, and then just leave so I don't get distracted. I am so easily distracted by all that stuff. What else can I do with all these seed beads? It's a ridiculous amount of seed beads that I have. I mean, this is just, you know, I could fill this 50 times. All right, pink. Let's do pink. We have a pink something. That's a pink something. That's a great idea, Mary Lou, and then stream to the TV. When I get my new glasses, maybe I can do that. I'm having a hard time with seeing certain things lately. They're called happy thoughts. Well, that's, I guess, one way of looking at it. I don't know that they're happy thoughts for me. I think they're just sort of one more example of my excesses. I have too much of everything. Too much. I do that too, Carla, with certain people, but there was like some people that I wanted, I knew that I had missed like 6 months worth of their stuff because I can't keep up with everybody, but I didn't want to see everything they'd done. I was looking for certain, they were doing certain projects. And so I was able to, I liked being able to go to that person's channel, pick, a dozen videos, and then just work my way through that list that day, because the queue goes away when you turn off the computer. We all find ways to make it work. For me, I'm liking the queue. I'm deleting a lot of subscriptions because I realize I'm just getting overwhelmed with so many people to try and watch. But I have my favorites. And then we see so many of the same things on, whoops, I forgot one on this, on the Facebook groups. Then I start to wonder, did I see that thing already? I don't remember. Let's see, is there an easy way I can do that? Maybe we're going to fake it like that. We don't have to take it all apart. Here we go. All right, first this one. And is there another pinky, purpley something? This is definitely fiddly work. Wow, my chimes are going crazy out there. So we have another small craft advisory warning going, and now I can see why. Lala, I find that the tablet and the phone give me different options with YouTube than when I am on the computer. It's all different. I might regret deciding to put the seed beads on here because, wow. So I wonder if my beading needle would work on the seed beads, and then maybe I would just, do I have one handy? And maybe I could, there's just no easy way around it with the seed beads, is there? I don't know. I do like the way they look on there, though. Let's do blue. Blue. Wow, all this stuff that I can make a dent in is awesome. Yeah, so many of these were make-aheads that I had done. It's just like, let's use them up. Use them up. Let's see, can I get it through? Oh, it actually worked. I'm shocked. Okay, we need a big white something. And a little white something. It's not a bad assembly line here. I won't make 100 of these in one day, but at least now I have a method to my madness for it. I have this picture in my head of what the studio is going to look like when I have it all done. I think it's going to be a long process, but every time I have a shelf that's cleaned off, I like want to, do a jump for joy. Not that I do much jumping anymore, but yeah, and I can put multiples of these in each of the flow books. Okay, let's work ahead on these guys. All right, words. The Yogi Tea has words. There's so many. I mean, this is nuts. I spent so much time cutting all these things out of fabrics, and it's like this. It's like, Susan, what were you thinking? I wasn't thinking. I was just, like I said, you just think I grew up in the Depression or something, the way I hoarded everything. And I was glad to make progress in the garage because I really want to set up another workstation out in the garage so I can do a lot of my eco printing out there this summer out of the sun. I've got two cabinets with a big door over it, and I picked up, like a year ago, I picked up a turkey roaster at Goodwill, which means then I can save the barbecue rather than going all the way out to the back deck. And then I've got a thing for my waxing out there. It's not very exciting. 1, 2, 4. And I don't know who I watched years ago, but I watched some art video where somebody did something with fingernail polish that had glitter in it. Maybe it was like a faux resin thing, but I found like 5 things of unopened fingernail polish. I don't wear fingernail polish, so tell me what I can do with fingernail polish with glitter in it. And then I also found a bunch of the dollar store eyeshadow, and I know people were making sprays, their own faux glimmer mist sprays with that, so I'm going to do that. I love using sprays, but if I'm going to work in the house, I need to find a big enough box that I can use for a spray booth so that stuff isn't blowing all over the living room. Thinking it's going to take a long time to make a dent in all these little tea bag things. Maybe I'll put a bunch of them in some of the little bags just loose without doing anything else to them. Just making really big fat junk journal kits. I'm thinking I'll do them in 3 sizes / price ranges. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, painting the polish to the tags. Okay, I'll go look for your old video. Thanks, Carla. Yeah, even just doing it over the cards that have been stamped would probably be really cute. Does it warp the paper? Do you have to worry about that? On stamped images, yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I guess if you did enough layers, it would be almost like a faux resin. I went through a period for the longest time. It was so bad. I know I'm not the only person. It's like if I watched somebody using something in a video, I had to run down and get it. And then suddenly I had all these supplies, and it's like, wait a minute, I work with paper and glue mostly. I don't need all this other stuff. And I do like doing jelly printing and sometimes mixed media, but I don't use it nearly as much as I use just paper and glue and now fabric. So looking forward to using this stuff up. It doesn't warp. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, it'd be a good outside craft, which is good to have different things. Zoe likes to, just go out and sit in the sun. So I could do that on the covered deck, have a bunch of stuff ready to go. That would feel good just to use it up rather than tossing. I mean, I don't mind tossing stuff now. I'm getting better about it, but it'd be much nicer if I could use it up and feel like I recoup something from the money that I spent. Because I just, when they say impulse buy, you see a picture of my name in the dictionary. Impulse buyer. She's, another word for a sucker. Yes. Just how I ended up with, gazillion different types of glue and realized that I only use like 3 kinds. Yes paste. My yes paste is not going down. What can I use up all my yes paste on? I still have almost a full jar. Yes, please update that video. That would be awesome. I was looking at my old videos and realized, the first, probably 20 videos or so I did, I had so few views. I should probably redo them because not everybody, when they find somebody new, goes back and looks to see all their videos. And yet when you publish the same video again, with just slight updates, then everybody's like, oh, I never saw this before. Two, 4, 6, 7, 8. And we need 2 more of these. Yeah, it's a thick paste, and I can't remember, obviously I watched somebody doing something with it. I think I watched Shannon do ages ago. She was doing like decals with it, but then it would melt off if you did something else with it. But I bought it because, that's what I do. And I might just end up making more, watery glue for doing background pages. Which I'm not doing a lot of, but eventually you end up with, well, I'm almost done with all my scrapbook paper. I think I only have a few of the really nice Tim Holtz stacks left, and that I will use judiciously. All right, that should be enough to do another set. Some more of these guys. I think I also saw somebody using Yes Paste for bookbinding, for putting the fabric covers on, but I just use Fabri-Tac for that now, which is also stinky, but it's effective. This, we can do big flower and a little flower. Somewhere I can see prep work in front of the TV. Yep. And this. And sometimes the seed beads don't go all the way through. That's a pain. Oh, thank you, Brenda. That's a good idea. Hey, Carla. And hello to you, Brenda. Dimensional stuff. Okay. Maybe just toss my texture paste in with it. I've got some dimensional journal covers to work on. I am in use it up mode today, just trying to, that one does not have a hole. Okay. That happens sometimes. All right, I'm sorry I started the thing on the beads because that's a pain. But it does make a cute little top on it. Maybe I'll do some with beads and then I can use up buttons too. Or maybe I do that. Yeah, okay. I'm getting distracted. So what are you guys working on today, Carla and Brenda? Your Dollar Tree has beacon glues? Wow. I have not been in a Dollar Tree for months. I have no reason to go to a store. I mean, I just, to an art store. Since my friend sent me all those linens, there's nothing I need. I've got plenty of glue, plenty of thread. And while I enjoy hitting the thrift stores, I don't feel compelled right now. So I'm only missing it a little bit. And I'm not in a hurry to go back to the way things were. Thank you, Lala. I'm kind of happy with the way these are coming out. Better than they were in my head, so that's always a nice surprise. Usually it's the other way around. I have this idea in my head and then I put it together and I'm like, I'm underwhelmed. So, and then this is definitely using up stuff and I can work on this for the next few days and probably put many of these in the flow journals just to move them out. Maybe I'll do some with beads and some without beads. That would be a break, yeah. There's green. Yeah, Carla, it's kind of hard to find the mojo sometimes. I know I had, when the shutdown stuff first happened and everything just started going crazy, that was when I kind of lost my mojo. Now I feel like I found it again and I've been working every day and it feels good, makes me happy. And we all need to be doing the things, if we can, that make us happy. We have more green. So should I do a make-ahead video, just a short one, where I just make up one of these and show what I'm doing, or will people just go back and watch the live, do you think? A lot of people don't like to watch the long live. Okay, add that to my list. I saw Artie Mays do a version of some tickets on a bulb pin, and she was inspired by, I think she said Angela somebody. I had done these as fab dangles a year or so ago, done something kind of sort of similar, but just with fabric and lace. Actually, that's what these were, and then I put buttons and stuff on them. You know, and then every time we have a different stash of something, they come out a little differently. But I don't know why I thought I needed so many. I mean, story of my life. You do not need that many of anything, probably. All right. Okay, having these little things, these knots tied ahead of time, that definitely saves time. Oh, Brenda, that's hard if you got to compete with the Xboxes for the bandwidth. Yeah, Mary Lou, I'm still, I mean, in major organizing mode. But basically, you know, the first few weeks, I think we just ate a lot and watched a lot of TV. And now I feel like, you know, I'm back on track. If I get through these, I will consider that to be a good day's work. Yeah, I need to do scrap bags too. As soon as I get the island cleaned off, which means doing a lot of the papery stuff. Oh, wow. So all of those things are open for you, Brenda? You were able to get to Tuesday morning, Hobby Lobby and Michael's. We don't have any of those stores around here for me, but wow. When stuff first started going crazy, I placed one order from Joann's online and had that shipped to me, and because I needed thread. And now that all the mask making went crazy, I'm glad that I had done that. Let's do this one. Yeah, everything's still closed here in California pretty much. There's some of the restaurants you can do takeout from. You know, we've just basically, I mean, there's this, the grocery stores are open here, but we've just been doing all our shopping at our little local independently owned market because they've had the best way of handling social distancing. We've been really impressed, and they've been pretty well stocked up. Mostly for us, it's milk, butter, eggs that we need, and meat. They got a good butcher shop. We had made our big Costco run just before things went crazy, so I feel lucky on that. Do we have a blue? We have a blue. And now that the garage is clean, we can actually find that sort of stuff in the garage, which is nice. I don't think I have any blue lace in here. So we'll do white. I need to get out, and we've got a lot of fresh leaves on the plants, and I want to get out and get some while they're young and soft. Yeah, we haven't done any takeout, even though the restaurants are doing it, which is so unusual because we used to do takeout all the time, but I'm lucky since my husband loves to cook and he's so good at it. I have a few things I cook, but he does most of the cooking, and boy, I'm a lucky gal there. I feel like I was forgetting something, but I guess not. I got a rhythm going. And, oh. Exactly, Mary Lou. It's the same thing with me. It's like, why did I think that I needed to go to the thrift shop, so often? I mean, it was great to find a really neat deal, but my goodness. Let's see something different. I mean, I would love to live long enough to use up all my stuff. And now that there's like certain things that I didn't think I would enjoy doing. Like I love dyeing my own fabric. So really what I loved was just before the shutdown stuff happened, I had hit the thrift shops and found a bunch of cotton sheets in varying colors. And that's awesome because, a king size sheet has so much fabric on it, and I can get a lot of journal covers out of them and then dye them the colors that I want. Okay. Hey, Lorna. Yeah, I was missing you. Oh, she's got skates. Oh, wow. I spent a very big part of my childhood on roller skates at the rink. Let's do. How old is she? I think everybody should have roller. Is it like roller skates with 4 wheels on each skate, or the blades? I never did the blades. Yeah, glue. I'm pretty stocked on glue now. Say, of course I am. I'm bragging on you. Lorna, I almost like the tiny, or Lala, I like the tiny stuff almost better. It's fun to see what we can do with the little stuff. Four wheels. Oh, she's 22. Yeah, we used to have a competition, because I did competitive roller skating. We would have a competition with the local ice rink. And so one week, all us roller skaters would go to the ice rink and they would show off. And then the next week they would come to the roller rink and we would try and do everything that they did on ice skates. And then we would show them something and then they'd go back and try and do that. It was a lot of fun. No, not laughing at her. Just enjoying the adventure. Wow, guys, this is awesome. And I still have half an hour left. I can keep going. What do we want to do? Let's do the dark pink. Yeah, I almost sent you a message, Lorna. Say, hey, where are you? I need my backup. Whoops, didn't get that one all the way on. Oh, I was no good on the ice skates. That's what was so fun. And they weren't very good on the roller skates. So it was a trip to go back and forth. Well, Lorna, we already established last week, didn't we, that I was nicer than you? That's why we're such good friends. We balance each other out, right? All right, time to tie some more. So for those of you late to the party, this is what I've been doing, is just, I had cut out a bunch of these little tags, stamped them, and been making these little dangles to go in the flow journals. But since I still have a little bit more time, I will prep some more of the tea bag things. Yeah, if I tried to do anything on roller skates now, I would break a hip. That much is established. I know it. That's there. 1, 2, 3. See if we can get 5 more done before I'm out of time. Lorna, you missed me dumping my coffee in my computer just at the very beginning. But it's still running, so I'm hopeful that I didn't do too much damage. No false advertising with you. What you see is what you get. Same here. It seems to be working still, so I guess that's a good sign. When I'm done with this and my husband's done with his meetings, I'll have him take a look at it. But I didn't get it in the entire computer, so hopefully most of it went through the hinge. But I'm such a klutz. I just need to not put anything liquid on the side where my computer is. Because, you know, it's not in the budget right now to replace a computer. Not when we have to buy a generator. And I will feel so much better when we actually have a generator here so that we can save our food when we have the forced power outages that will be coming during fire season. She's using YouTube to learn instead of her mom. Well, you know, I think it's hard for some moms. I was never a good teacher to my kids. I could teach other people's kids things, but my own kids, not so much. And all my years of skating, what I remembered most was, I mean, except like when we were trying to learn dances, you know, steps to the dances, I mean, there's a lot to memorize. But what I remember most was, you know, keep moving, fall down, get up, keep moving, fall down, get up. That was pretty much my life for a lot of years, was just going to the rink after school, staying there until it was, you know, doing my homework at the rink. It was good times. Then we had proficiency tests that we would take to get to different levels. Somewhere out in the garage, I have all my pins. But I can't even remember. I don't think I went skating since, you know, before my kids were born, and my kids are 37 and 40, so I think that's right. Yeah, 37 and 40. After a while, starting to, you know, I used to think it was funny when people say, I can't remember how old I am. I can't remember how old my kids are. They're right. You get to a certain point and it's hard to remember that stuff. Bye, Carla. Thanks for popping in for a little bit. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Oh, yeah, these are all tea bags that have been used. Oh, do I use them too? Well, yeah, I have my paper tea bags. So I saved this, one just happens to be there. So I have those. And then these. So these are the traditional tea bags, the paper ones. And then these are actually tea bags too. And they're made out of a nylon material. And my cinnamon tea comes in that. I drink cinnamon tea every morning. But I have so many bags saved. It's like nuts. You know, and we drink tea every day, so we probably generate at least 5 tea bags every day. You know, how about moving this stuff on out of here? And they give a nice, interesting look to pages. I don't know what color. Yeah, let's do a red. I know, Mary Lou. It's like, what? I don't know why that is, the memory thing. And then my grandson, I just keep reminding myself, this year he's going to be 16 and he'll learn how to drive. And I can't remember beyond that. I'm sure I'm going to start forgetting how old he is. But I only have one grandchild, so. And he was born on my daughter's birthday. That doesn't look good there. Bigger one. So she can never say that nothing exciting ever happened on her birthday since her son was born on her birthday. Let's see. It'd be really cool if I could get 5 more done. That would feel like it was a nice accomplishment during the live. All righty. Gold one. Do the orange. Like anything else, once you get into a rhythm, this goes pretty well, so that's good. Oh, I'm jealous, Mary Lou. That's awesome. So many great grandchildren around. Yeah, I think my one is my one and only. He's a pretty awesome kid, but lives too far away to see very often. And he just moved a little bit farther away, a little bit further north. Still in the same state, but California is long. Did Jade sneak in? There she is. Oh, Jude. Hello, Jude. How are you today? I was wondering where you were. Have you been busy working on something fun, I hope? Yeah, we're kind of insane here, Lorna. Everybody packed in. That's why I'm so glad we moved out of the city into the country, because some of those people were too close together. We're so grateful that we're no longer living in the city with this kind of a shutdown going on. Oh, Carla, that's a far away too, yeah. You don't get to see them that often when they're that far away. Let's see. I have an awful lot of these little tags stamped. That means I've got an awful lot of these to make, huh? It's okay. Maybe some of them, what I'll do is just put a few different colored tags. Oh, I like that idea, huh? I'll finish these the way I was doing them, and then I'll do some a little differently. Lace. So much lace bits that I cut out. Oh, let's do this. "12 grandkids, Brenda? Wow. Do you get to see them very often?" Yeah, Carla, even though my grandson lives in the same state, I can count on one hand the times that I've seen him. Keep thinking maybe he'll go to college down here by us and I'd see him a little more often. I don't know. Thanks, Jude. I was kind of happy with the way these are turning out and using up some of this stash. Whoops, I just took all my beads off. I was saying earlier I have been cleaning out the studio and trying to use stuff up. I found a big stash of my mixed media papers, so I've been cutting them into tags, and I've been covering things with book pages and blank pages for journaling cards and other tags. Eventually I will get to the point of putting the flow journals together. And then I guess maybe I'll just do some ephemera packs. That might be a good thing to do, since it's not like I don't have an excess of ephemera. Did I forget? Nope. I guess I'll see when I go through them again. I'm wondering if I forgot to put something on, but oh, thanks, Jude. You are such a great cheerleader. I really appreciate you. Oh, that would be so awesome if he could do that closer to you. I just, I hear about people that, get to go see their grandkids on, when the lockdown stuff isn't happening, they get to go see them on a regular basis. And I'm happy for them, but jealous for me. And let's take the bigger one first. You have no idea how my OCD is rebelling against looking at what color beads that I'm grabbing out of there, but I'm just going with it. All righty. Let's see, this needs another neutral, I think. That and this and okay, just thought of something different I could do with the tea bags. Oh, that's fabulous, Brenda. Wow. Yeah, we don't have a high number of cases in our area right now. And we just saw in our local news some anonymous donor. We only have one hospital in our area. And some anonymous donor just donated $1 million to the hospital to give bonuses to all the workers there, from the janitors up, nurses, everybody, all the staff. And I thought that was such a fabulous thing for them to do. Okay, so I have a bunch of these. How many did we get done? I mean, do we want to look at them? We'll look at them as I count. How's that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pretty packed. 8. I only have a minor compulsion to iron this other stuff flat. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, that's good, 20, 21, 22. Awesome. Okay, so let's, oh, thank you, Jude. Thanks for posting the shop. And thank you to all of you who have been supporters. I really appreciate it. So I wonder, should I do a couple of tags on one? They're the same size, so maybe I should wait until I cut them down. No, I think I'll just keep doing what I was doing. Not sure how else would be a faster way. I might not put beads on the next batch. I could just put beads on the bulb pins alone. What if I did them first? Would that make it easier? No, I'm not sure. Yeah, I like the numbers too. I think I'll do some more stamping like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prep more stuff so that then this will be a good TV activity. I'll tie my my word things together. I might go ahead and iron these out so that they're flat. They'll lay a lot better. It won't take that long to iron them, but that's still a lot of tags to put onto pins. But I got a plan for them. I've got a lot of stuff I can still use up, and if I can use up all of this on the tags, that would be fabulous. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with me today, and hope that you will all find something creative you can do to distract yourself, to feel good about yourself for the day. Because, you know, sometimes it's hard with all this craziness going on. It's hard to be, you know, not just crafting. It's just hard to feel good about doing anything. I know for a while I couldn't even watch any videos. It was like, nope, everything was just, it wasn't depressing me. I was also looking at the news way too much and the numbers, and I'm not doing that as much now. And I will be back here again for sure next Wednesday at noon California time. And I think for some variety, I will probably go back to punching some more of my other tags. Take care, Lorna. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you chatting with me. It's always nerve-wracking when you first, go live and nobody's saying anything. I mean, I know there's a little bit of a delay, but then you keep thinking, okay, is anybody going to talk to me or not? So I always feel better when people actually log on. And thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Have a good week. I will see you guys next week. Bye for now.